Hello everyone. Let's play some chess games and send me challenge. Play with me. Alright, why he didn't take the pawn? Let's bring bishop here. He takes. I won't let him castle. Okay, better one. And I will have this d-file, so I will bring the rook, okay? Probably he wants from me to bring my knight, for example, on d5, and if he takes, I can't take the queen. Okay, really great. That's why we need to go g8. He takes, I takes, the knight is going to be pinned, so... Okay, he's down a pawn. If I didn't play knight back to g8, that should be a cool one. Okay, we can even castle queenside because his kingside is a little bit overextended. Let's check knight c3, I'm expecting. Okay, knight on d5, f5, everything can work. Alright, let's pressure the bishop and the pawn on d5. Queen is coming out and I think log castle, but because this c-file is open, that's can be a little bit aggressive one. Bishop is hang, but you know my pieces are great on that king side. I can even try some tactics on king side. Alright, Fares Nasser. Thank you for joining. Okay, do your homework. Don't worry about that. How much viewers you get on your last video? When I saw that was 108? 8,000, yes? You are getting really, you are being really famous, bro. Really good job. Alright, long castle and pressure this file. Okay, I think even I could take this before queen d7. Yes, that seems... Takes, knight takes. Okay, I don't know what should I play. If I take and trade the queens. What about that? I think I will lose b7 at that time, so... Even knight back he takes, I trade and he will take f7. And I can't take it back, that's the whole problem. If I take one of that figures takes, okay, I'm gonna castle. I don't know, even yesterday Brilliantor didn't join. Sabtash Wapal, hello bro. Do you want to play? Well, I'm gonna castle and have this d5. Even just short castle, rook d8 won't be mistake positions like this. Okay, let's do that. Great, and I will try to push my kingside pawns forward to make some trouble in his position. Okay, if that were with a check, I should lose that. We know why. I should be down a figure at that time, you know, but because now that's not with a check. Checks are very tricky. One, why he took? Okay, I was going to say that should be mistake from him, and actually he did. Okay, now he's down an exchange. Really? Okay, great, Faraz Nasser. How you meet with him? Probably here. But how you know him so well that you were friends? You are friends now. Okay, his two bishops are great and okay, really great pawns are now hang for him. Okay, Faraz Nasser, I know. Okay, very well, you are friends. f6, my pawn will be isolated. But how can I guard this pawn? If I bring the rook? Yes, probably f6, just I would gain pawn structure weakness. That's why after this f6 and bring the rook won't be mistake for sure. When he get time pressured, my knight will be tricky, but still his bishops are too active here. So that's not completely winning for me. On his queen side, he can push this pawn, and these pawns are passed pawns, but his king side is very bad. His king side pawns aren't doing anything. So okay, I will try to gain some trades here. Just if not, that shouldn't be great. Probably some tricky ideas. If we take, okay, e7 can be possible. Let's see. Okay, you are right, bro. I think I did blunder or not. If I take e7, sack the bishop, make a new queen. Okay, how good. What about knight d5 blockade and exploit f5 later? Let's see that. Knight d5. That and it worked. Okay, Forest Nasser, great idea. Okay, knight d5 there weren't possible, that's the problem. Okay, but one mistake I did blunder. I didn't need to just bring the knight here, and yeah, I tried some fork to take his white square bishop, but that didn't happen. That's the whole problem. Okay, yellow pin gambit this time, let's play. When you are playing c3, try to trade and bring your knight. And you can take or not to take, because this c5 is very weak now. And if I try to save it like before b5 moves can be, I mean knight d4, d5 blockade after exchange up. Knight d7. Okay, let's see that position. Knight d5. After exchange up. Okay, I will block his pawn away and I would try to take the bishop. Yes, you're completely right, bro. Your elo should be high. Yes, Faris, that's a really funny one. Okay, the knight is coming. Knight c4 and probably before b5 can be a great one. e5 is very great, defend it, otherwise I would like to push this pawn forward and block his bishop. If I not take, he will push f4 and yes, some threats will be in my position. So let's simply get some trades here. He takes, I will get isolated pawn, which I don't like. Knight c4 and knight b6, probably. If he takes, this d6 won't be protected. Alright, I don't like to create this isolated pawn, but because I have knight b6, I would like to keep my knight on d4 right now. Even queen jump, pawn takes won't be bad, but anyway. That's a position when you are overextending your queen side. This bishop on this diagonal is doing a great job, and you are giving him advantage. Okay, so don't worry about that pawn and play like queen where. I would like to move the queen here. Okay, c2, connect the rooks and bring the knight on d4. Block his bishop here, block his pawn moves here, should be great. Okay, knight is jumping, I'm forcing trades, and I remove my queen on that second rank first to not let he takes, queen takes, because somehow if he brings another rook, I need to remove my queen there, and this f5 should be his file. That was the problem. Now I can take. And, I don't like to overextend my queen side. His bishop will be so easy for activate. Okay, how I'm doing? I'm bringing my pieces in a really active squares here, which actually they can work on king side. His queenside is a very close, and somehow uh, that's a really nice idea when I'm trying to attack in his position. But my plans should be a little bit faster. Okay, queen f2 and, some f7 moves and something else. Let's see, can I do that or not? Okay, he's bringing b5, and if I move the knight, he would have enough time to bring the bishop, so he's trying to be up a tempo here. Okay, great idea, I like that. But I have enough time to bring my knight on e4 right here. Okay, the knight was guarding, that's why he can take, that was the difference. Okay, what about he takes, I will take his rook. Alright, great move, I believe. And his bishop should be pinned. That should be guarded, but anyway. I can even sack a piece here just to get these 2 pawns, and yeah, this 2 pawns is blocking this center very well. I would like to remove that. Takes. Okay, knight can't take, but I would like to do that. Let's remove from the pin, and knight takes, bishop takes. That will be check, he can't take. That should be a mistake. Okay, if he takes, I could take the bishop, but I missed that's going to be made because, my time was very sad situation here. Alright, who wants to play? Send me challenges. I will play with you all, okay? Let's play Vienna Gambit this time. Okay, f4 is the move I'm playing all the time almost. Bishop c2, e4 won't be a mistake actually. And castle f7 should be pressured. In this position as black you can castle long because I'm bringing very much attack on that king side, actually on that f file. He takes, I'm taking with a pawn, but because his pieces aren't active, I can create very huge attack over here. His pieces aren't active, he can't some checks or some disturbing moves. Is this Vienna? Yes, bro, that's called Vienna game here. And that's very tricky, if he takes the pawn and sacrificing the bishop, taking e5 because this discover check. Alright, I got him. I think I should be down a figure against his 2 pawns, but my position looks great. He can even not to take, but some knight d5, and I will force him to do that. Knight g5 I think won't work. Okay, this is coming. His h5 will be open for him, and some queen command and other moves actually won't be a mistake, but still we are getting really great centers here. He's taking, queen takes, and his king almost in the center. That looks like game when you are trying to bring your king in the hill. That's called like that, king in the hill. Who played that variation? Alright. I think because our pieces aren't active yet, bishop f4. Yes, bishop f4, why not? We need to bring all our forces here, but we need to be sure he's not bringing all his pieces in a really great square, so he can keep defending, right? Okay, he's taking a pawn from me, but because his position is very closed, somehow he can't defend his own. I think he doesn't need to take the pawn here, Knight f6 to kick the queen back and bring the rook on h on 6th rank. Some b7 and bring the king. That could be the idea, and because he's not doing it yet, I'm gonna bring the knight check. And yes, that should be winning after some moves. That's why I reached 2200. Alright, I think he did great move because if he moves the knight, I could some discover check from knight d5, for example. If he moves, okay, it's not discover one, but after before he can defend the bishop. c7 is pressured. If I takes, I will gain more protected squares on his position. His king will be in more trouble, and no, I would like to bring another pieces here. I think that's all are doing a great job. I think only rook on f1 aren't joining here, but somehow from king's side he's protecting very well. I can't bring it here, right? What about sack the rook? Okay, should be working one. Check from c1 and, only the knight and bishop was guarded. I removed the dark square bishop, which is even preventing my bishop from some defended squares. If he takes, I take, he will take the queen. If he takes the knight, I have to take the rook. Okay, I knew he would gonna do that. Still I'm down a piece, see, but his king is just explode here. His queen is under attack with 2 pieces. That's rarely happen games like this. So what about a4 and bring his king more in that queen side, or I need to bring the queen? Let's see, I will try to queen check and attack on his king, but we need to be sure he can't just move his king in that, a8 or b8 with some pawn pushes. We have 3 pawns against his figure, and even in that endgame, that should be much better if his king was even defended. Why not queen g5 check? You win queen then. With queen g5 check. Oh, wait. Ah, alright. Why I missed that, I don't know. Thank you for that, bro. When I am seeing that's almost winning for me, I am being really relaxed. I'm not seeing anything, okay? But thank you for that. That won't be triple fork because rook a5 check and from b5 will be made. Okay, that's trying mate threat and a5 check is prevented now. Queen g6 check, b6. And what else? Queen check, bishop c1. I will defend and because my bishop isn't doing anything great, I can't even do that. Why not? Okay, his queen is pinned. If he takes, queen takes. Okay, great one. Who wants to play? Subtashwal, if you want to play, find me on chess.com and send me challenge. Also friend request. Okay, Sicilian defense, let's play. That's really tricky one. Actually, a3 is coming, right? Okay, most players are playing e3 too. That's why it looks like French defense, but plus f4. Okay, this pawn is a little bit weakness for me, but actually his position is going to be great. See, his bishops will be very active. Thank you, bro, too much. Yes, I'm trying to explain and help you improve your chess. Me, please, I am brilliant boy. I am brilliant boy. Okay, brilliant boy. Find me on chess.com and send me friend request, then send me challenge. And we will play, okay? Let's go a5 and this pawn is guarding very well, so I don't like to lose that. f6 is coming, he won't take, see? If he takes, his pawn structure will be weakened, e5 should be open for me. But I don't know, f6 just I'm pressuring, still I can't take. And he has a little bit squares weaknesses, I mean, c3 is very weak. If I bring the rook, for example, the queen, what should he place about that? Okay, great position we have, I believe, but still we need to open this. I don't know how can I. Probably queen b6 and try to bring your pieces the most active squares you can. You know that's in this position that won't be easy, but actually his position is closed too, so still we don't need to worry about that. Now I'm trying to heavily create middle game. You know we are still getting a little bit. If he takes the knight, I will undouble the pawns and I heavily create center. I think the idea to centralize the knight and bring more active square. Bishop c5, he will take the bishop and then this, and be sure you are not doing any blunders to bring your pieces in that pinning ideas here, pinning squares. Okay, my rook on c8 is great. Try to bring your rooks on that open files. Yes, I'm serious today. I reached 2200, my rapid 2000 plus my blitz and bullet was. Now I'm getting very low rapid, I don't know why. I just trying to play more rapid games and even more classic, like 1 hour games. And that's helped me to improve my calculation and memorization. I think that's the greatest one you need to do. Almost all your games, you know? And actually you need to analyze your rapid and classical games in the end, okay? You can analyze and then analyze with computer. Actually, great idea. I learned it like that. And the hardest one is endgame. So you need to learn endgames first, then middle game and opening. You know, when you are getting trick in that opening, that doesn't mean you don't need how to play openings. That means you haven't enough chess understanding. You need to try to have the chess understanding and you need to play more longer game, okay? Rapid, classic, doesn't matter. I think 30 minutes are okay. 30 plus 0, or even 1 hour plus 0. Real tournaments actually sounds great. Alright. E6. His pawn isn't guarded right now, but yes, take was the idea. But actually his pawn structure is going to drop here. Okay, let's take because I was trying rook takes. My bishop was pressured. That was the difference. How to play with you. Find me from my username. That's my username. Wait until I will finish the game and send me challenge. Okay, bro? If there is some problem, so for example you can't send or something, please say about that. Takes. Wait a minute, if I take queen check, I will take the queen. And from d8 he will sacrifice rook and queen and he will mate here. Really great idea from him. See? He could sacrifice queen and rook and backrake checkmate because f7 is protected. Okay, I am Jan Ahmedoza. After this, I'll wait for your challenge and send, okay? c2 is hang and because I'm pressuring with 3 pieces, he is defending only one, he can't save. Okay, he's not giving this to me because that was discovered check. Oh, can he sack the queen or not? I think he could even sack the queen on d8. I take he's making new queen probably. If I takes, rook check. Takes, rook takes, check. Alright, very tricky one. Can I take e7 or not? Why he did that? Rook check, king h7 and he won't have enough checks here, okay? This queen is pressured, I'm gonna take c2, that not only about pawn, that's about that I'm trying back checkmate here, why not? King g6, and his bishop is pressured. If he moves that, he's gonna get mate here. Okay, he hasn't checks, my king is pretty safe. All that dark squares are defended, and that's even prevented from white squares check, which is great. Well, let's take. a2 was protected. If I check, rook d1. What if I sack the rook? Takes. Okay, let's sacrifice the rook. You know the difference. He takes, and from b1 he can't defend with rook d1, okay? Now he can. If he takes, he's getting mate. If he not take, I think h3 he will lose the rook. How can he defend this position? Okay, check, but what is that giving to him? King h7, be sure he can't check. Even I think g5 could be the same, but some h4 moves, why not? Okay, I think that was really great sacrifice, yes? He takes, he's getting mate. Okay, he's down a figure. I can even some queenside trades here, if not take that. Capture comes with check. Capture comes with check. Okay, after this game ends, I will see my time is very low. Thank you, we have +2 increment. Otherwise, probably in time pressure, I was gonna do some mistakes. Why not? Well, I'm gonna push this pawn. Queen g6 check, king h8. Probably a rook. I will try to go, but all that squares are closed, he can't go there. I'm up a full bishop and 3 pawns here. Please don't forget about likes. We need to get 28 likes here. Rook x for him. If he takes the rook, I could do backrack checkmate. Sabtash Vapal. Okay. Mini Magnus from Norway. Okay, great opponent should be. Okay, takes, I will have great center. If not just, he can even not to move the knight. Knight c3 and something, okay. Positions like that, I like to take the knight. And damage his pawn structure. Okay, not after bishop d2, but if he forces, we don't need even to go back. e5 won't be so defended, but alright. I can take and play d4. I think I can't because his rook and bishop will join there. Okay, d4 is coming. Queenside castle, but you know bishop e6 and rook c8. His c-file is open for me, and actually I'm bringing the rook. So how can he keep his king alive there? I am Ran Ahmed Zoda. Am I playing with you? I had 2 friend requests. If I am not playing with you, please say about that because I don't know your nickname. Okay, a2 is under attack. d4 is in a really great under attack. I think we can't even keep that. Takes. But why we need that take? If knight takes, knight queen should be pressured. He would be up a knight. That was the problem. Okay, he takes probably with the rook because if he takes with the knight, I would have enough time to take the pawn. Alright, let's hang this a2 pawn with 2 pieces. I think a3 will be only move. I was right there, 0-0 yacht. 7. Okay, bro, next one I will play with you. Okay, another great move which is preventing some tanking ideas on his queen side. I could take with the bishop, but I think I'm gonna take this anyway. because now that's should be discover attack, and he needs to get out from here. Some like queen d1 even to create this really great chain here. Actually, because this gonna lose this pawn. Not so much worry. Okay, he's giving me opportunity to check from e1. But can I get anything or not there? Oh, hello Rishabh. I almost forgot your name. You didn't join so much time. How are you? Can I sack the queen or not? And check. I don't think now that's super important for sacrifice the queen because I could take rook d8 check here. I could attack the queen he takes. I mate from e1. He don't take, just he would lose the queen. Alright, anyway. Let's try to trade his upper pawn, but my position is very active. No, I didn't. I am chess player. How can I forget anything? Okay, 6 is coming. I'm remembering all our name. A6 is coming. But if I take the pawn, my bishop will be trapped, and after king b2, he will take the bishop, so I need to sacrifice with 2 pawns. Yes, Rishabh, after 1 or 2 moves, one person wants to play too. He joined a little bit early. One came with him and then with you, okay? What are you doing? How is your days going? Why are you so busy? Are you studying? This pressure, his knight is doing nothing in his position, so if I were right, probably I was gonna activate that. I don't know, he's playing, yeah, really nice, because if I take the bishop, mate is coming. Yes, thank you, Rishabh. You know, he has really great chess understanding, my opponent, but actually, yeah, because no much calculation, that's why he's making a little bit not big blunders, but I will say inaccurate moves because no, he thinks that's going to be made after he's sacrificing the bishop, but they actually one that he's missing some calculation moves, so this pawn is gonna hang and so on. Engineering? Okay, bro, really great actually. I like engineering. I can even take if he goes b3, I will take the knight. I forgot I could take the knight, otherwise I would do that for sure. And another idea to win all the endgames, bring your king activity in the middle, which I'm trying to do. I'm up nothing, but because my position is more active. He hasn't bringing his king, he's just moving all his pieces. I don't know why he's letting me to kick his pieces, and actually because he's letting to kick his pieces, he's not getting activity. That's the problem about this. Now I can't take, you know, the idea. So after probably a4. a4 I can take. Even now. b3, a4 I will damage this pawn structure. Okay, he saw that. You know, he saw that. And you need to be careful I bring my king on that king side because you know what was the idea, because I'm up a pawn on that king side and down a pawn on that queen side. That's why I bring my pawns on that king, my king on king side, okay? To help one of that pawns when I will be up a pawn. This is what is called monetary attack. Monetary attack, what is that? Have to, in 2 minutes I will have 10 minutes. Alright, we will play. While my opponent sacrificed the pawn, we can say we need only to tank to him. Okay, I'm trying to push. Probably h4, h3 could be a little bit better. Blindfold chess? I don't know, probably 6 from 10. Because there are no much players, so I can't play blindfold, okay? But I think if I play blindfold, you will kill me, probably. h3, yes, just up 2 pawns on the king side should be winning. That's why endgames are so hard and you need to learn endgames. Is this mouse click or resigning sign? What is that? Please explain, chat. Takes another pawn sacrifice. See, he played perfect. I wasn't up anything. I wasn't up anything until this endgame happened. That's why endgames are so hard. You need to keep all that calculated. But okay, great game. I'm up from him 1500 rating point. So he doesn't need to worry. Yes, because king h1 I can kick the king. Or king a1 mate from f2. Alright, we will do okay. Rishabh will play that one day. Alright, that's coming. Can I do some pre-moves or not? Okay, that's going to be made. Alright, mate is coming. Okay, how not mate? That's made. Alright, GG. Well, I'm waiting for challenges. Saptash Vapal, I think you wanted to play. Yes, should be great, Rishabh. We will do that one day. Okay, let's wait for next challenges. Rishabh, I think you can send challenge if you want. Thank you, bro. You actually played great in that middle game and opening. I haven't any advantage. But you know you need to learn endgames so hard. I think that's your weak point. If you want, bro, we can play a rematch. I'm waiting you are gonna send or not, and I'm not then starting, okay? So I'm not in a hurry. If you want, we can play one more. Well, d6, I played LFS opening. These pawns are going to go forward, and that's being a little bit hard for defense. And after some, middle games and some other, because, pawn blocks just can't work there. I'm gonna try to destroy this pawn structure. Try to have really great, really open position. d5, c5 is coming. I think he wants to play really close here. But anyway, b6 is coming. Next game mine. Okay, Rishabh, I will wait for your challenge. He takes, I will bring the rook activity. He takes, queen takes, or knight takes, and jab c4 won't be bad. Because c4 is overpressured, I'm forcing him to take. He takes. It's because queen takes rook b1 and I need to get out from that attack, okay? He will force me a move and win some tempo. That's why knight take at c4. If I take, this diagonal should be really open. That's the weakest point in king here. But if I not take, he takes. I can't castle. Yes, thank you, bro, too much. Yes, even that, I'm gonna say the wrong position because we both of us weren't up anything. Yes, you could make that, but that's why end games are so hard than middle games or openings there. You played great, actually. Uh, I heard from you 1500 rating, but you played almost like 1200. Try to learn more endgames and you should gain more rating. Okay, takes. Can I trick him with knight takes c5, knight back, c4 check? That should be a discover check, and probably his queen is gonna lose, or even queen e3 can defend. I don't know why he played that, but anyway. Now I can keep my pawn structure and I'm up 2 pawns, but you know, my position isn't great because now I can't castle. I can't bring my bishop activity here. That's the worst part, but good part that I am still defending my king side. That's all defended. Queen side is closed. That's completely mine. King side is closed with my pieces, which are defending pretty well here. Some knight e4 and I think break his position. You know, even some pawn push. I will try to push that pawns forward and make a new queen here. If even not make a new queen, just pick that back and try to take some material. d3, he has to go the knight. Why I gave my bishop? I don't know, I thought you should mouse click there. I didn't see any reason you did that. I could go rook g8 and defend g7, but I think that should be a little bit better because, you know, that keeping g7, probably you may think that queen is under attack and actually queen can't take. But you know, knight takes, I am actually protecting g7 too, but his bishop isn't threat. But in that endgame, well, when his position should be open, like this queen side is open for him, he should make some progress in my position. You know, bishops are really cool pieces in that endgames. We need to remove that before endgames. So I'm giving some opportunities. The knights are jumping, but anyway. Here, knight takes, d3 check. King h1, I can trade the knights. Okay. If he takes, that should be a mistake. That's why I didn't push c5 and push d4, because rook will defend automatically. Okay, that was mouse click. Alright, I tried to explain, but that was mouse click. Okay, no worry. Now I can't take. He takes. I think I need to my queen to keep this before knight, so I wouldn't lose a pawn here. He takes, I takes. My bishop is doing nothing. How can I bring this activity? Yes, probably even this h-file to bring the rook and some bishop g7. So that will be great in this diagonal, but because his knight is really great, I would like to just get this straight and his knight should be hanged. If g4, just to keep his pawn on f5, which is actually protecting the knight on e6 very well. Okay, see, I forced his knight to go back and I'm trying some counterattack here. Great idea should be. Let's take the idea to bring this g5 open and actually this center is really great protected. And this pawn structure is, yes, great. I would like to connect with each other to have really great defense on my king side. Now I can't take, which I'm forgetting almost all the time. I'm up a pawn, but because his position, you know, is a little bit active on my king side. My queen side, if I have a king side like this queen side, I won't get this straight. I would try to destroy his position, but I think now that needs me because, you know, his queen is very tricky, but I have 2 or 3 passed pawns here. So if I push that pawns, you know, how can he get out from there? If I take, If I not take, let's calculate that first. His rook is open anyway, but if I didn't take, just my pawn should gonna lose here. Can I try to beat you tomorrow? Yes, you can. I'm doing streams every day, almost same time. You can join and we will play. Even now, after one game, you can play. Okay, everything is safe here. Let's bring the bishop, he takes, queen is guarded. So some d3 kick the knight and then... Okay, some trades here. This is going to be forward. Check, king f2. I think c4 could be best move. Everything is guarded in my position. See, I'm gonna take with rook from a1 because that's one is keeping guarding this c5. No, that's not still under attack, but if queen check and take, I can't do anything at the time. So I don't need to lose this pawn chain. I think my position is now defendable. Know that pieces are defended. Rooks are connected. That's not bad position, but because queens are so tricky in these endgames, that's a thing that we need to worry. See how I say it? Even that all was guarded, but you know, queen is being queen all the time. Mate is coming. Where is your queen? I traded my queen with 2 pawns. Sorry, with 2 rooks. There is my queen. Okay, let's play another one. e4 here. Let's see. Okay, Pirc defense. Not the best one, but anyway. And when opponent has a queen in that endgame, try to trade. Try to trade, because when you're in time pressure, that's being really hard to play for you. Like you saw that in my last game there. Okay, bishop d2 or even c4, but when your opponent playing e6, that's not good for you. I lost my last game, bro, just because his queen made from f6. Yes, that was really tricky. Try to trade his queen all the time. It's, I think, the rule when your king isn't protected very well. e5 is coming. That's for sure, that's a pin. I think h6 is a move. He takes my bishop, I take his knight, but the difference that his another figure will be hanged. If that weren't, he could play that, but... Okay, queen trades. I thought that should be close, but anyway. I'm gonna kick the knight from here. And I would like to push this f4, f4 and then, you know, a little bit even aggressive g4, f5 won't be bad because he hasn't very much attack on my king side. I can do that. Okay, he's defending the knight on h5. He's preventing from taking, from get take, but he's actually blocking his knight on h5. He lost so much time for this move, but actually he did blunder here. That's why you need to calculate at least 2 or 3 moves before moving, okay? Takes, bishop takes, but that's the same thing. Even knight back now can be possible, but I took a piece from here. Okay, he's getting 2 pawns against my 1 figure, but anyway, because these pawns are gonna be double, I don't recommend even to take positions like that. That should be his second mistake, because yes, he thought that he's attacking my bishop back and he will take h5. Even that's weakening f6, g6 and e6. So that's why I attack on the rook and g6 is dropped now. f4 is coming, the rook is coming to pressure e6. Can you play with computer, Stockfish? Stockfish is destroying me, really. Uh, you know, in computer I can't find the chess combo. In phone that's a little bit easier. This looks like not updated, okay? I can't find that bot here. I think he get my bishop here. Really great move. Probably f4 was mistake, yes? Okay, anyway, his position is still closed. I will be up nothing. Yes, that should be equal position. Anyway, the knight is coming. His queenside is closed, but my rooks are great. His bishop is closed, my bishop is great. See? Okay, check, because my bishop is gonna lose anyway. Great one, actually. My pawns are more connected here, and on f6 my knight will be great. If he even tries to take with a bishop, I will have this really great passed pawn there. So I think I am up nothing, but that seems winning for me. I'm trying to fork from f6, I'm trying to fork from c7. I will take at least a pawn from here. That's why you need pieces activation. You know, these central squares are all defended. I have two forking ideas with the knight. Alright, he missed one, he saw one. No problem. I think if he plays like another move, rook d8, because he can't activate his bishop. And yeah, you know, some discover checks even can be. King d7, rook d1. Well, he resigned. Because I'm preventing him from bringing his pieces activity, that's the part that you need to do. Okay, great one. Don't forget to follow my channel and play with me. I am Ran Ahmed Soda. If you want rematch, you can send, okay? But please write in the chat you want or not, so I will wait if you want. And who else wants to play, send me challenge. Who hasn't, find it on chess.com. Alright. Takes. You know that's pinned, I can't. I'm not gonna lose a pawn, I believe, because his pawns will be very bad in this diagonal. Yeah, let's have this. I would like to take the bishop because my knight isn't pinned here. I can take, but he's bringing another defender. Well, let's force him to take. If he goes back, he will lose a pawn. Takes. Okay, he isn't. Anyway, let's open this file. Okay, even C file could be open. Now Ivan is open. Yes, bro, you can. For sure you can. After this, send me challenge. We will play, okay? Because this diagonal is closed for my bishop, another one is closed. But I should be much more easier to bring this on b7 and try to open the center. This should be a great idea. e5 won't work, that's closed, but what about some b4? Before he takes, knight takes, and his d4 will be isolated. Really great target for me. Just if it's even not, I will have this open b file here. Okay, everything seems great here. I can even jump the knight. Yes, my pawn structure should be double. But, you know, f5 is coming. Okay, I'm excited. Who is stronger, Magnus or you? I think Magnus can be a little bit stronger. Not a little bit, but very much. Okay, Magnus is really champion. No one is better, even in his prime, than Magnus. Okay, he's forcing me to take because if not, he will take and, you know, b5 should be loose. And all that squares are defended from his pawn pushes. So, let's see. I think knight d4 or even d7 offer trade. If not, he will lose a pawn. I can ruin this in after 2 or 3 moves. Let's not worry about that. Knight d4 is coming, kick the knight back. At this time I will force him to take the knight, okay? Very great idea. He didn't castle yet and I could even sack the knight. He takes, I will take c3 if he takes with the knight, but anyway. I think some moves I could even try to do that. Okay, no problem. He takes his knight, I will kick and take the pawn from d4. If not, just f6, I will kick the knight. But now he needs to confirm that his pawn on c3 is hang, which is defending d4 and b4 very well. So I have really created huckster. If he loses c3, I think he is gonna lose double dead pawns. Okay, if I move the knight back, that c3 should be pressured one more time. I think the best move could be from him. Let's close this. Play a5. a5. Yes, actually, great idea when he takes, but when he's not taking and he's playing b5, you know he will get his passed pawn. Very nice friendly stream. What do you do living for and running? Yes, probably my name you found from chess.com. Okay, nice to meet you. Thank you for nice stream, friendly stream. I am not still doing anything, but I am learning programming, statistical analysis system. I am only 18 years old. I am going to do my first steps after this year or even next year. So I would like to see my first job as programmer. So still I'm not working, but yes, I'm trying to make money from YouTube too. Still I'm not doing anything great, I mean. Well, I take... Okay, let's trade this. I don't know why he's sacrificing a pawn here. What is he trying to do? But anyway, his bishop is hang. His pawn on c3 is hang. His check is coming, his rook will be hang. Everything hang in his position. But I can't check because my queen should be pressured, my rook should be pressured. Yes. Thank you, bro. Yes, really hard because programming isn't easy. Trade the bishops. Yes, we get these black squares bishops are traded too. Okay, rook a3, rook c8 doesn't matter. His pawn on c3 is gonna lose. Rook c1, forget about that, won't work. Knight can't jump and defend, and I'm getting this passed pawn, which should be help me for win this. Yes, still I'm up upon. He's playing really great. But you know, some endgames he needed to prepare. Because his pieces weren't so active, just his knight could jump on e5, but I prevented from that. And actually he didn't castle, so there were some tricks from rook a1 and some other. And his position was hard to play. That's why you need to keep your all pieces activated to reach in that endgames, okay? Good move, you're forcing queen. Yes, I'm forcing queen move. If I take with the rook, he could take. Rook c1 won't work. When that work, probably I won't gonna knight c3 because yes, that's very much chance I would blunder anything, any figure. But because rook c1, I could check and take the rook. That move I saw. Okay, let's check. And probably pawn to b5 and then rook c3, right? Yes, I'm slowly moving this forward. Please don't forget to subscribe and like, okay? The rook is coming, the pawn is coming, and I need only 3 moves to get this pawn to make a new queen. Yes, you know now b1 is defended with 3 pieces, but it's not easy when you can check or force him something from that back rank. And in that positions, king is being very weak master. Okay, he blundered d4. I am run Ahmad Zodan. Prepare next one. I'm going to play with you. It's also hard playing chess and then reading chat. I can probably never do that. Yes, that's hard because that's why I lost 500 rating as my blitz. You know, that's hard. That was harder to me when I realized that isn't harder. I already lost so much rating. I don't care about rating, but that's the reality. That seems Sabotage Vapal. I forgot to play against you. Do you want to still play or not? Okay, b3 now won't work, so I'm bringing the rook. Some like rook b1, yes, temporarily can defend, but that's not doing anything great because I can force him to bring his all pieces on queenside and attack on his kingside. That should be very tricky because almost his kingside aren't guarded. I can take, yes, that's I think should be more easier. We can play some other time, don't worry. Alright, we will play. How you want. Okay, I'm gonna push my central pawns forward actually to not blunder. E6 was weakness for me and I need to get out my queen from here. Get out from here, bring on queen side. Try to trade and you know I'm up 3 pawns, that should be winning. D4 to cut his queen from this diagonal. Check is coming, d3, d2. Everything great. King g1, even if for just there is no need to take that pawn. I am having really great pawn structure. This passed pawn is preventing from him some ideas too. And GG. Already GG, right? Yes, I can trade. He's getting this passed pawn, but because Maruk was hard, I needed to bring my queen back to guard all that. That's why I didn't. I want to play, but my rating is too low that I doesn't know should I play with your quick chess. No, quick chess, no need. I had so much followers with 100 rating. They actually get 300, 400, but you know, anyway, I played with them. Don't worry about rating, bro. Don't think about quit chess. Find me on chess.com and play with me. Okay, let's keep defended. And you can follow the stream just when you are playing. You will get from your mistakes, okay? Well, I'm gonna push this pawn. What is he trying to do? That was the idea. I take d4 is gonna lose. Okay, g6 to keep this pawn structure. d2 is coming, d2 is coming. Okay, really great pawn structure actually. Just see he block. I am blocking his position, even moving his pawns forward, even some sort of checks. Okay, c4 check. I'm not counting that. Don't say he has a check. Because from b1 I'm gonna make a new queen. I was in the same time I'm pushing d2 pawn too, but you know if his rook were on b1 to bring actually the king and try to take, but anyway, he did mistake. I think he needed to keep his rook on that first rank at the time. Anyway, my elo is 100 and still loses game, and but that guy does that comrating. Don't go in negative. Okay, bro, don't worry about that. I'm gonna say you need to see one moves ahead. See what your opponent trying to do. There was some tricky moves and my opponents needed to see my plans, needed to see which move I'm gonna try to do next. Okay, not what he's saying. Nothing, don't listen to the Nightbot. Okay, see just, I tried to push that pawns and make a new queen. He needed to prevent from that. You know, that's the ideas that you need to see. What's my opponent trying to do? That's the question that you need to know before moving. Alright, I'm gonna mate after some moves. Yes, queen, let's be sure you are not getting stalemate here. Positions like that. But I don't paste the link. Paste any link. Paste any link. Okay, don't worry, bro. That's my Nightbot. He's saying some inaccuracy. I said don't listen to him. Is the opponent winning? No, the opponent didn't win because, you know, he hasn't only one or two pawns. I had so much pieces there. How he could wonder. I was trying stalemate. Yes, I know, but you can't trick me like that, bro. Don't try. The opponent didn't win Adarsh because he was down like 25 points material. And you know that's very much. Rook check, bishop e7, and castle is coming. Adarsh, you need to be sure you're not blundering anything. Keep your position how much can keep it alive. Okay, see, my opponent needed to realize that bishop d3 is just blocking pawn way. He can't push that and bring his dark square advantage. Okay, now he's going to move his bishop second time and that openings he doesn't need to play. Second or third time, even why he sacrificed. He could just e2 or f1. Okay, my pawn structure is a little bit destroyed, just central pawns are gone, but I'm up a figure. He's not even trying to take. I think if he wanted, he could take that. Why not? Can we play an odd balance game? I might win. Okay, bro, we will play. After this, send me challenge. Send me a friend request, okay? We will finish this early, don't worry. Got to try with everything. I felt I was doing okay. All my small mistakes filed up. Didn't make really a very huge blunders like first game. Yes, bro, you didn't very much mistakes, but you know, because in that end game I was too active. My position was too active. That's why I won that end game there. So you need to be sure you are doing right in that middle game to reach in that end game. Okay, his rook is under attack, but after some moves like... Okay, let's have these diagonals. It's been nice, go now. Have a nice day, Andronic. Take care. Okay, thank you very much for joining. You can follow and not lose my streams. I'm doing streams every day. Okay, have a good day, bro. Nice to meet you. Well, let's have this. You lost, you had 2 minutes. Okay, I lost. I'm gonna take d2. He takes, he's getting mate. He's not taking, he's being down opponent. His queen needs to guard the rook, so it needs to be on that first rank. That's the moves you need to see. This pawn is gonna drop. Okay, not now because rook isn't pressured. Can I take and backrake checkmate? I believe no, because Ivan can be actually protected. If I take, he can't take with the rook from b1, so I will do backrake checkmate. But another rook can take. Let's not forget about that. Okay, I have crazy idea. I'm going to double the rooks. Probably he's trying to take the bishop. Okay, I think he could trap the bishop, but no, still I don't need that bishop. I'm going to take the rook, double the rooks and mate from here. But first double the rooks. Okay, Adarsh, I got your challenge. Next one I'm gonna play with you. Well, rook e7 is coming. Okay, that's blunder from him. He takes. Yes, if I take the queen, he can't take, but probably he thought about that. Can be. Okay, let's go back. It's my brother's phone, so I'm playing with his idea unrated. Okay, bro. Next one we will play. Well, let's go g6 and... Okay, let's break my bishop activity. Some mate threats from his king side won't be bad. Let's check and take this really bad pawn. You know, if he plays clever, I can't make him in a position like that. But bishop d6 is coming from h2, he needs to keep guarded. Okay, if somehow g3, bishop c5. Bishop c5 is really great one because, you know, g3 and queen from d1 will be made. I don't know if you are thinking that in your mind or not, but try to realize in your mind. Okay, Adarsh, I'm waiting for your challenge. Actually, not that game happened, but you know, that's great. That was great, but I don't know why he sacrificed the bishop at first, because bishop e2 f1 could happen. And bishop a3 is just, you know, he could take the pawn to not lose another pawn there. Okay. Okay, bro, not the best game. Anyway, try more complex. Try to solve threats. Okay, Adarsh, how you said you are almost 100. 1200 isn't just a joke, you are greater than 92% players. Don't worry about that. Okay, bishop is coming. Knight d5, knight c6, d5 won't work because I can castle. He takes. His queen should be pressured. That's the problem. That's the problem about Scandinavian defense. That you need to be sure you are not blundering anything. Okay, so castle is coming. He can take f7. Let's protect. D5 square is really great, which we need to keep guarded. One of that central squares, okay? Okay, sorry, 1 minute. Alright. Now d4 should be a little bit pressured and won't be easy for him to protect. I think bishop e3 and knight e2 and his position should be that's all. Knight f6 and d5, I will try to centralize my all pieces and then think about some attacking threats there. Okay, the knight is coming, the bishop is coming. My position should be more active and I can even not to activate these pieces after 4 or 5 moves, you know? The idea to push that pawn and destroy his kingside. Because my kingside pieces just can make really great trouble here. e5 he can't take the knight, he will lose the queen. e5, d5 will be possible. That's why I'm not playing that. And on d5 that should be really great defended. I think that you will take my rook. Rook? Ah, yes. I could take the rook, but I preferred mate in 1. Backrake checkmate, bro. Where are you from? Are you from Norvegia or not? Because is there any name like Ahmed in Norvegia? Okay, let's bring bishop on d6 and knight e4, d5. How can I bring the queen activity? It's a little bit unclear, but yes, some moves like before to have really great attack on my queen side, which I castled there. He needs to keep this protected, otherwise he needs to push these pawns forward, try to destroy my queen side. All that plans won't be mistake position like this. Okay, I can't even take because I'm doubling the pawns and h5, that's not easy for him to protect after h4. So, where h4 takes, okay, the knight is still keep guarding. What about bishop g4? h3 I need to go back, but actually his pawn structure, his h3, g3 will be weak after g4, h3. And if I keep this pinned, just h4 can be possible. That's what I'm trying to do. The knight can jump and make some trouble in his position. Okay, he's preventing my pawn from going forward, but the negative from that move from him just for him, that's his knight isn't doing anything, just blocking my pawn from moving forward. But even that's not bad. Not bad idea actually. I would like to play g5 here. g5, push the knight back, even take the knight and h4, ruin his position. I'm happy to see this fifth rank is open back. If I need, I will break the queen. Still, all these pieces are defending all these squares, but I will take anyway. I will trade some pieces. g5 takes. I think g5 he can take with a bishop. Okay, you know the idea. If I bring my bishop back, he can take with the knight and then big pawn on f5. Okay, now two pieces are hanging in my position, but because he's getting really bad position here, just he should be even up a figure I'm not against. I'm trying to ruin his position. Alright, if knight can't go back, I can take, but I think take the bishop and then the knight won't be bad, but yeah, his rook will be active if he try to take f7. And others pieces will be very much active, but his king side he's getting 3 pawns and then I will take one, I will take one, and g2 isn't protected. g2, h2, that's all unprotected, which I can try to use as advantage. I think he takes f7 should be better because e6 is gonna hang. Yes, that pawns aren't disturbing him very much than my rooks, but anyway, that's not a bad plan he could make. Now g2 is pressured. I think rook f2. Yes, he's doing. Even queen e2 won't be mistake. Trade his queen with 2 rooks. That can be a little bit unclear. Is it gonna work or not? But anyway. The good thing that I'm preventing him from taking g2. Well, let's take and probably rook back, push that h5 pawn forward. Now rook g4 won't work, he will take. I think even I didn't need to do that, just I'm not sure, but anyway. King b8, from e6 we won't get check here. Even e5 I believe could work. He takes, I will fork, and how surprisingly is it, just his bishop should be lost after that. Because my rook should pressure the difference that he will open these squares for my rook. Alright, what about now e5? e5 he can check and mate. a6 he can check, takes, and then, okay, everything should be guarded. He's up 3 points material piece that I sacrificed to get this open king from him. Okay, queen is coming. I will bring the queen, but I'm a little bit surprised all that squares are protected from him. Can I sack the knight? If he takes, he will get mate from e1 or not? Oh, I played so fast this move and he didn't realize he can take the queen and he's blundering his queen in his turn. How can that happen? Just how? Alright, great one. He forced to take the rook, I'm gonna take the queen and... You know, I'm not losing a piece. Yes, blunder. Dixit Joshi. I blundered, then he blundered. How can I take the bishop? That's puzzle for you. How can I take this bishop? If I do that, I will win. Yes? Who can find? There is only two moves that you can take the bishop. What the opponent? Yes, really. Just my queen was free, he moved his queen and he didn't take the queen. That's, yes, a little bit crazy, but I'm more crazier because I blundered that in one move. I don't know who finds, but queen e1 is a move. King h2, I will check, king escapes, c4 bishop is gonna lose. Okay, grid puzzle should be there. They need to add in lichess puzzles. I'm not doing pre-move because something tricky like bishop f1. You know? I lost so much time for that pre-moves, that's why I'm not like that. Alright, but I think this position will be defendable. His pieces aren't active and he's a little bit low rated, so it could be easy for him to make any progress if his pieces were active here. Okay? Please don't forget about likes. Well, what my opponent is thinking, he has only two moves and yeah, I don't recommend bishop f1, but he has only one move. I'm gonna check, take the bishop, he can't get out from here. Okay, he disconnected. Yes, probably some problem about internet. Okay, who wants to play? Is there anyone who wants to play? Find me on chess.com and send me challenge. Okay, he's gonna lose on time. Not on time, he disconnected, right? But yes, he could actually play in this position. That's not the worst one. Oh, hello, bro. I am fine. What about you? We can play if you want. Alright, let's wait for next challenge. Let's play another 3+20. Who wants to play? Write in the chat and I will wait for your challenges. Well, let's play. We are not getting 1600, we are even not bringing our high rated a little bit close when we were chatting. I will wait for your challenges. Okay, I need only how much? I said 28, right? I need 10 likes. Please help me to get that. The bishop can't take, knight f5 is coming. I'm good. Do I have work? I will come in sometimes. Sometimes, you mean today? Yes, when you want. No problem. He takes, I takes. Queen b6 is coming. That sounds great. Okay, I'm preventing his bishop from going activator. That was the problem which I'm doing. Bishop e7, castle, even i6, prick the bishop. Won't be bad. If I take my pawn structure on c5 will be very bad, so I will wait until he will take and I will have great center. I'm seeing some forks, but because his bishop is protecting, I can't. How bad a person can be that bad? Bro, you are not bad, just you are up from, I think, almost 92% players on chess.com. Don't worry about that. Don't worry, bro. Your position was very bad. My position was very bad. Your position was very great. If you can reach position like that, you have some chances to win me. Why not? We can play a rematch if you want, okay? After this, we can. Well, now my queen is just preventing his bishop from activation because b2 should be loose. And trying some moves like bishop a6. Because you know if some trades happen, my bishop will be really great in this diagonal. No, I mean you gave free queen, but then I gave queen. Yes, everything can happen. Probably you mean bad person to me and to you. Yes, we are very bad person, very bad people actually. How we could just we are more than 1200, but we are sacrificing the queens. Can I say sacrifice in one move? Okay, anyway, we don't need to worry about that. See, I'm not worried anymore. Okay, they're just crazy. I'm laughing at blunders. Okay, queen before and some bishop d2 he can kick. I don't know why I played queen before, but okay, I trick him. Well, I'm gonna take a pawn. Actually, my rating is also around you. 1867 in real life. Oh, that's great. In national rating, if if not rational national rating, a video rating that should be grade one. If national, you know, that's not the best one, but yeah, actually, a little bit. Yes, I like 2000, my national. I haven't FIDE, but actually great one. My rapid was 2200 here. I lost some bad games, and now see. Alright, f5 is coming or not? I will keep that position closed if some f5 move happen. So we need to think twice before that. Yes, he's creating bad pawn for me only 6 because that's almost not guarding, but he's opening this h file for me. So rook comes, still his position is very defendable on that king side, but I don't know. Because my center is closed and from queen side from center, I can't make attack. That's the worst part here. This pawn is pressured. And we don't need to bring the rook on e8 to blunder the bishop and then the rook. I think bishop back and then e5, right? e5 to kick the queen back. And because his queen side isn't protecting very well, just on queen side there is only 2 pawns, what I'm speaking. Anyway, queen d3 and d3 gonna lose. c4 is gonna lose because they are very weak pawns here. And bishop d7, I can even keep this as protector and bring the rook, which should be a nice idea. Maybe I wish I should have 1867 in FIDE. I can challenge Magnus. Yes, really great one that should be that FIDE rating. Well, anyway. I'm a little bit worried that the G file should be open. I should have great pawns, but well, I'm gonna bring the rook here on that second rank. That should be great. How can he defend his position after probably even rook a8? Try to take this pawn on d3 won't be bad. But knight f2 can happen. Knight f2, that should be guarded. Okay, he played d2 and then e1, and He doesn't need to lose a move, he's losing a tempo. That seems he's waiting for my moves here and see how can he protect, which, he could get some activation if he tries a little bit. Some like even g4, g5 won't be bad. If rook back, knight f2. Yes, he can protect like that. Oh, my pieces are a little bit disactive. That's I'm trying to bring the bishop, but if he has attack on my pawn on e6, I don't know how can I protect at that time. Okay, g4 he's playing. And, if he moves the knight, probably rook a3 and some taking ideas. Why not? Queen takes, I can't take the pawn because check, sack the queen from f8, bishop takes, rook takes mate. What can I play? If queen back, his pawn can be loose, but he's losing the knight and he can actually use this as some attacking ideas here. Okay, f8, f8, I blundered f8. Okay, who wants to play a match? If anyone wants to play, say about that to me. Okay, what happened? Well, let's start our next game here. I haven't challenges yet, right? Okay, e4 is coming. E4 best by test. How they are saying, I think that's really the best. Okay, McDonald attack. McDonald, knight is coming. Bishop e2 or c4. I think b5 won't be that good because he takes you are giving to him really great center. c3 to block his bishop, and after some moves d4, when the d4 should be overprotected, right? Oh, okay, even now I can. Some bishop g4 try to take and then d4 won't be bad. Okay, 4 is gonna lose. But because I'm attacking on the knight, if that knight were defended, I would lose a pawn here. Okay, I could defend with bunch of variations there, but I chose it to go e5 to block his bishop. Okay, see, and then I will take with f4 pawn to really block his bishop here. What about he take the knight? Wait a minute, if I take the knight, he can use this pin and some attack there. If not attack, how I can get out from there? Okay, let's take another knight here. Because the pawn was guarding the knight, now that's not. Move the knight, b7 can be loose. Okay, I can't take anything. Besides b7, okay. Alright, how I could. A bishop is coming and knight back, I can try to use this pin, try to take the knight even, won't be bad. He takes, queen will be hang. We need to be sure he can check somehow. Okay, say that my queen isn't hang here. These squares won't work. c6 won't work. Is he trapped my queen in the center of the board? Okay, very bad. That should be only move to bring this to defend the queen, okay? But if b5, I will lose the knight. Okay, I wish I lose my queen. Alright, let's play new one. Not the best one happened, but anyway. Vienna gambit one more time, let's play. It takes d4. Queen h4, g3. Okay, even now queen h4, that's why knight f3 is actually a really great response against when he's taking, because the difference that g3 can't be happen here. Okay, bishop c4 and castle f7 will be pressured. He can even take and play d5. That should be just straight, but anyway, very much players like that. Bishop takes, I don't like queen trades, otherwise I could take with a pawn. Knight takes, d4 could be used for me. sf18 is confidence destroyer. sf18, I think I'm losing here knight. I will never play against it. fs18, who is he? He can take. Okay, I think queen e2, and because I'm gonna pin this and attack with very much pieces, I think I can take it back. Okay, queen e2. Rook is coming. I think if knight back f7, I can take. If he brings the queen. Rook e1 and even some pinning ideas, the king and queen. Stockfish 18. Ah, yes. Yes, Stockfish 18. I am afraid to play against it. That's really cool destroyer, but Lila chessbot, do you know that bot or not? Actually, he wants Stockfish sometime. I think even a little bit more than Stockfish beat him. Okay, queen back. Can I take this? Just that's a pin and... No, I don't know. If I bring the knight and take f7, just I'm trying to prevent his knight from f6, which is protecting f7 just with blocking. Rook d1 is coming. e7. I think queen e7. If it's not, I can take because that pin he can't take with a pawn. Okay, why he lost f7? He lost so much time that he's doing mistake moves. So queen g6 is coming. His position will be really pressured. I'm gonna bring the rook. How we can guard? Even bishop d7, but queen check. Take the knight. I don't know. That should be almost winning for me, but now if he do some mistakes, just if I take the knight and queen won't protect, that's yeah, should be made. I think we are getting this. Okay, the rook. Is this going to be made, or she won't take the rook on f6? Okay, great pre-moves, but I think he will see that he won't take the rook. I played terror at his 6th move. Position was equal after that. Each move I made is like blunder. Yes, when you are playing against it, even your okay move, your inaccurate move seems like blunder. I know that feeling. Okay, now my opponent should be down a piece. Stockfish 18 looks like a monster when you can't trick him. Okay, rook f1 is coming. Rook f1, bring the bishop out. And even some queen takes ideas can be. Let's see, somehow that's the only plan that I can play, even some rook d1. For sure, if he takes, I take king h7, queen g6, check, king h8, queen from h6, mate in 5 or 6. Yes, should be good one. Now he can take the rook with his queen. If rook f1, he take with a pawn, he will get mate from h6. Just played only 99.9 accuracy. Yes, probably not 99 when Stockfish is analyzing Stockfish game that's saying almost 97. But when his opponent is very weak, just yes, that can be 99.9 or even 100. When his opponent like Magnus, that can be even 96%. You know, even that's happened to us. That's happening all day, I mean. When we are playing not the best players, we are playing more easier than we are playing with strong players, okay? That's the rule, we can't change anything. Yes, Charul. Okay, see, I remember your name. After this, I will play. Okay, the rook is coming this d-file, he castled queenside, right? Okay, plans are going to change because I have really great attack on that queenside, my pieces are active there. Let's kick the knight, I don't know what is he trying to do with his knight. Before he's coming, all these are protected. I played like 27 games to fatigue with how many draws or wins. 230 against Stockfish. Okay, probably not against Stockfish because you can't win. Probably 12 win. Not 12, sorry. 11 win, I think. It shouldn't be so much when we are saying that, I believe. Let's pressure his bishop, and bishop is actually protecting his position very well, but the idea to take this central pawn. Okay, which is so. Can we sacrifice pawn on b3 or not? A hard position, I would like to bring the bishop on this f6, but f6, e5, that's why I tried to take this pawn. Against Stockfish 18. I think you draw one. How many wins? I think Stockfish won on all games because when I tried to play with Stockfish, cheat against Stockfish, I mean, even at the time I just played drawn games. Drawn or even somehow I'm losing. I think one draw and all your games you lost. Just 0 wins, 0 draws, 27 losses within 13 moves. In 13 moves is crazy. Yes, that's crazy when I thought you were gonna use Stockfish. Because when I'm Stockfish against Stockfish, I'm losing anyway. You know, that's very hard to win against him. Alright, he's bringing in my position very much activation. Actually, I'm trying to bring the knight from b5 I would like to play, but now that's closed. So, am I need to bring the rooks on the center or on that queen side? Actually, bishop d3 will be really great protection for his side of the board, but bishop c4. Bishop b3 I takes. I can check and take the rook. That's why knight. Okay, the knight jump. Here, rook back check. I will take the bishop and then rook a2 check. King back. I will take g2. And okay, that should be winning. Let's do that. He can even take my white square bishop if his bishop on e3 wants under attack there. Okay, how I said, see, I said that plan. I am going to get this second rank, take this pawn, which is now happening. Alright, even the knight. I forgot to say that, but that happens too. Okay, I won this. Charles sent me challenge. Adarsh, if you want, we can play a rematch. But first, let's play with Rajaka Orohit, okay? Well, where are you? I still haven't challenges. If there is some problems, say about that to me, okay? Some challenge sending problems or some other Okay, let's start a new one. Okay, WFM. We are playing against women's FIDE master. Let's try to take a win from here. I sent you. Alright, he's playing very tricky. I didn't start your challenge, bro, sorry. So, okay, let's win her. He's women's FIDE master. But his rating looks like mine, even two rating points are lower than mine. Okay, let's win him. I think if I want, I am winning because, I reach 500 more rating points that I am now. So I need to play with all my powers. And, I didn't lose against girls so much time, some years even. I want to keep my streak. This pawn is pressured, he sacrificed that. I think that's very weak pawn, I don't need that pawn. VFM woman FIDE master. Yes, what else? My FIDE rating I haven't, but I think that should be almost 2000. Not almost, even more than 2000 for sure. Queen where? Probably c7. I would like to keep on the d file and take some d2 pawns. But the idea to bring the bishop activity. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous, but I think I can handle. I have very much chance to win, his pawns are disturbing him from activation. Okay, I blundered. I can't move the knight to plunder the rook. Bishops are seeing each other. Here he takes the rook, I take the bishop, he takes the bishop, I take the bishop. Can I trap his queen? Wait a minute. Here takes here. He will take a7, that's the whole difference. Here takes, bishop takes. Alright, alright. I'm gonna take the bishop. Wait a minute. He's blundering, see? Now his queen is pressured, and after he will escape the queen, I will take the bishop. Queen h4, knight back, I will fork. Okay, he blundered. He blundered, I'm gonna win, probably. Opponent rating is above 1800 in FIDE as she's a girl. Really? 1800 can become FIDE master? FIDE masters, right? Trade the queens. Or even I can take this light square bishop here. And I need this light square or dark square? I think dark square. I don't know. His dark square bishop is very active, let's take that. Okay, he was up a piece almost, but he blundered. Alright. His pawn will be hanged after I will move the rook. Here he can take the knight. Right above comment of mine. Woman FIDE master or 0 wins 0 draws. Which one? I read all that. Here takes and passant takes, rook takes, bishop takes, doesn't matter, I will lose a pawn. Okay, great one. I don't know, my time is getting lower. How can I win? Now a6 will be possible. And somehow like a5 can be better when I will have passed pawn that. But okay, I'm happy to see he did this. I am very happy to see he traded because see my bishop is great. He needed some white square bishop to prevent my bishop from activity. He didn't and now I have this great one. Let's trade and get more activity here. Oh, hello, Brain Boost. How are you, bro? Okay, let's take a even b5, but I think h6 first to not get any sort of back checkmate, for example. Yes, rook a1 could be idea. If I escape the bishop, even back checkmate somehow. You are winning because opponent give you a chance. Now it's a draw and in future you lose. Alright, we will see, but I'm not trying to lose this. I won't lose. I am fine, and you? I'm fine, thank you, bro. Is this time to bring the king to defend the pawn? Even we have passed pawn. We need to be sure we are not blundering on time here. Even before he takes, I take. His knight needs to go back. But I think my king can protect this. Don't see this. Okay, I'm not losing a pawn. I'm not losing a pawn because king c6 he can't guard c5 and b5 at the same time. Anyway, rook b7 won't work. Okay, that could be only one. That I probably missed. King back won't work, I will check and take h2. But even if king back somehow, probably this pawn is gonna lose. Rook g7 I can check. What current season was going on? Or just, yes, do you think that or not? h2 is gonna lose. Okay, that should be the worst move he could play. Okay, that's the worst move. I didn't realize she's gonna do that. This pawn is gonna lose for sure. Okay, Adarsh, why are you so uh, bad thinking about me? Now I'm gonna win. In India it's rainy season. Ah, really? Everyone is okay here still. Okay, I'm gonna make a draw. Now I am making a draw. Okay, she's trying to time me out, but I don't think I will get that. Okay, plus 2 increment. Rook g1 is coming, see? Now it's draw. Alright, let's see what we can do here. She's trying time me out, but okay, that won't be. Could you send me challenge? After this you can send, okay? I think you can, because if you are sending 3 more challenges and you can't, after next game you can. That's the problem. Try in text flow. Wait, in your country? Because for that rainy season. But currently currency of your country. Okay, some words I don't know. Loaded. Okay, sorry, I think I can't understand because some words I don't know what it means. Maybe we are in a little bit time pressure. Let's go back. Okay, that should be drawback because. Okay, I'm listening to you. See, she won't gonna accept that. Okay, she declined. When she is playing, that seems she doesn't want to make a draw. You know? She wants to win me. Ah, okay, Brain Boost, I understand. Okay, I think someone wanted to play. You are going to win. Yes, for sure, I already won. Really bad was. I had so much hopes I would win her. I quit chess. After this, I quit chess. Because that's why we are playing 2 hours straight chess. That's why we are losing, yes. Force him to take. I'm gonna be very much aggressive. I'm really aggressive today. In your dreams. I actually won International Master Others. You can check in my chess.com. I predicted future. Yeah, you just wanted her to win. All that. Bro, all that. Hey, Bishop back now we are up a figure he sacrificed. Sacrificed for my 2 pawns, but because only his bishop and queen can do anything in my king side, you know, that's not seems winning for him. C3, knight is coming. Takes, won't work. He takes, I take, takes. But I think he will take the knight on f3 to remove the defender, and d4 will be free. That's why d5. Now we can take to not lose my queen. Knight d2, and the knight should be pressured. And even some like e4. Because if he moves the knight, I can take a7. b6, he won't trap uh, the bishop, because bishop a6, I will force his king to go close in the center. Here will be checkmate from h3. I accidentally predicted future. Alright. You're like Nostradamus. Check, knight h2 is possible, and then probably rook g1 won't be bad. Alright, let's do that, but seems knight d2 is coming. Knight d2, please don't forget about likes. I believe in women equality. If it was only FM, I will cheer for you. Okay, FM. But I won one time international master, you know? Yes, that was bullet game, but anyway, I won. And even not that, but I won one game when my opponent were 2500. Okay, I'm really great chess player, bro. Okay, queen trades are coming. He has 2 points against against my one piece, and now two. Okay, great one. Now he has really much pawns. We need to be sure we are not plundering anything. Here, takes and pass on, nice takes. Other way we can't defend. Okay, I forgot even bishop d6 attack on my knight was possible, but all this okay. All this are keep defended. Bro, who wants to play? Please write, because after this I'm gonna end the stream. If anyone wants, say or not say, we will play tomorrow, just how you want. Takes, fork is coming. You know, his bishop isn't guarding the knight, but if that pawn weren't on f4, we need to keep the knight on f3 here. Okay, probably he's losing, not probably he's losing for so, but yeah, he's not listening, he's not trying to think here. Bro, why don't you play FIDE? I don't know why because in my town that's not happening very much tournaments, that's why I'm not playing FIDE. Let's take the rook. He looks like a gem, I can't remember his name. Okay, that's your homework, remember and say. This will be really interesting, but very much viewers are saying Magnus. Probably Magnus, but I don't think you should forget his name. Okay, Charles, next one I will play with you. Check. Okay, we are taking the difference. That's not pin. Probably he thought to do that with this pin, but that didn't happen. Okay, g4, knight, g1, rook check, king f1 will be only moving this position. So, you know, positions like that when you are closing your position with your own pieces and another ones are close too, so g3, g2 even can't be bad. But because I'm trying to spin and take the bishop, if he's bringing his king here, just I think I can sacrifice the rook if I can't take this pawn. His bishop is so tricky. If the bishop weren't here, I think I can just win this. Why not? Okay, g2 won't work. I'm gonna take the bishop and one pawn here, and then another one is gonna be hanged. Okay, great one. If I were black, probably I were gonna resign. Okay, don't see this, don't see this. Okay, Charles, send me challenge. That's why I needed to be sure you are not blundering anything. Alright. Knight is coming, pawn is coming. Charles, I think I am playing video, right? Okay, mouse click, mouse click. I was trying to take e5 and then d4. Okay, not the best one. That should be more easier because I played with him some games and he's getting tricked very fast when I am taking the pawn on e5. Anyway, takes. No? Okay, can you say your nickname? I was a little bit surprised because 20 games I mean no one sent me challenge. Queen takes, bishop takes, e4. Alright, now I can't castle, that's probably a little bit worse thing, but anyway. I am 1520 plus. Okay, I remembered your name. Your number is very close. Your name here. Yes, Raju. Rajak, how I say. Okay. Here's checkmate will come. We need to be sure we are not blundering anything. Bishop. Where? Bishop d3, bring another one. Now he needs b3, bishop a3 check. It's the only thing that I don't like to play that move. Let's bring the knight. I'm trying from f7 fork. If he takes, bishop takes. Bishop takes, and I will trap his bishop on a2, okay? Rook a8 is coming for sure. If not rook d6, I will trap his bishop on a2. Okay, now see the difference. b3, he check. He check, bishop back, he takes, I take. That's Wilkenalus. Try to do at least 6 hours, 2 live hours of live stream on Sunday or Saturday. I think when I'm doing 2 hours, anyway, I'm going to have more, no more viewers, you know? We gained even 70 viewers, but we are gaining almost 20, and it seems YouTube algorithm saying not to stream so long. I don't know. That's even I'm going to be tired. I'm so much speaking, I'm so much playing chess. Even thinking is the least one that I'm doing, but anyway. I can't do 6 hours. I can't do anything 6 hours. I believe. You know, can be nice idea. Just realize tomorrow I will make money when I do 6 or 7 hours stream there. Okay, now my opponent has 3 pawns against the peasant. I'm gonna say his position is very great actually. Why I didn't play king c3 here? Why I didn't play king c3? Ah, alright. Why didn't play that? Very bad one. Okay, Charles, send me challenge. Let's wait some seconds and play. Yes, I think he's on chess.com. Raju 272. Okay, bro, I'm waiting. Try but if you get good result and you can continue. But I think I can't do so much stream there. Okay, thank you for joining my stream and goodbye everyone. Goodbye Brain Boost. Charul, send me challenge. I will accept your challenge, but for now I am ending the stream, okay? But I can play with you anyway. So send me. Goodbye everyone.